This show is brought to you by
Saudi and Uzbekistan to develop a green hydrogen project, and Aldar raises $500 million through a green sukuk. You're watching The Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Saudi-based Aqua Power has signed a deal to build a $100 million green hydrogen project with Uzbekistan's state-owned chemical firm Uzbekistan. The deal includes a power purchase agreement with the national power grid of Uzbekistan. The hydrogen offtake capacity is set at 3,000 tons per year, while the renewable capacity will range from 52 to 100 megawatts. Aqua Power, partly owned by Saudi's sovereign wealth fund, has recently been active in renewable energy projects in the country. Real estate management company Aldar Investment Properties, a subsidiary of Aldar Properties, has raised $500 million through an inaugural green sukuk. The 10-year sukuk was priced at a 4.875% coupon rate. Following a global investor roadshow, the issuance was 4 times oversubscribed, with investors placing total orders of over $2.3 billion. The issuance forms part of a $2 billion financing program by AIP to support its growth agenda and sustainability commitments. G7 leaders arrived in Hiroshima today to weigh tighter sanctions on Russia and protections against China's so-called economic coercion. Over 3 days, world leaders will try to forge a united front on Russia, China, and other pressing issues. The G7 has already adopted price caps on Russian crude, plunging revenues by about 43%, according to the IEA. Summit discussions on China are expected to focus on efforts to insulate G7 economies from potential economic blackmail by diversifying supply chains and markets. The US, the UK, Denmark, and other countries have called for more action over the booming practice of unregulated oil transfers at sea. The countries submitted a paper to the UN Shipping Agency warning that these transfers undermine the rules-based international order. Hundreds of so-called ghost tankers, which are not fully regulated, have joined this parallel trade over the past few years. They're carrying oil from countries hit by Western sanctions and restrictions, including Russia and Iran. Amazon Web Services plans to invest $12.7 billion in India by 2030 to meet the growing customer demand for cloud services there. The planned investment is for developing data center infrastructure in India. AWS says it will support nearly 132,000 jobs, including facilities maintenance, engineering, and telecom. The investment is estimated to contribute $23.3 billion to India's GDP by 2030. AWS already has 2 data center infrastructure facilities in India, one in Mumbai and another in Hyderabad. British telecoms and television group BT says it will axe up to 55,000 jobs by 2030 to slash costs in the latest tech sector jobs call. The layoffs comprise 42% of BT's workforce of 130,000 staff. The grim news follows the axing this year of tens of thousands of jobs across the global tech sector as soaring inflation saps the world economy. BT said that once its full fiber broadband and 5G network was rolled out, it would not need as many staff. And Sony expects to sell a record 25 million PlayStation consoles this year, a record for any generation of the device. The gains are expected as supply chain problems ease off. Sony says it wants to boost synergy between games, music, and movies. Officials cited the success of hit TV drama The Last of Us, which helped drive sales of the associated game. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is The Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.